the making of God's people. But when all is said and done, God's temple on the mountain, firmly fixed, will dominate all mountains, towering above surrounding hills. People will stream to it and many nations set out for it, saying, "Come, let's climb God's mountain. Let's go to the temple of Jacob's God. He will teach us how to live. We'll know how to live God's way. True teaching will issue from Zion, God's revelation from Jerusalem. He'll establish justice in the rabble of nations and settle disputes in faraway places. They'll trade in their swords for shovels, their spears for rakes and hoes. Nations will quit fighting each other, quit learning how to kill one another. Each man will sit under his own shade tree, each woman in safety will tend her own garden. God-of-the-Angel-Armies says so, and he means what he says. Meanwhile, all the other people live however they wish, picking and choosing their gods. But we live honoring God, and we're loyal to our God forever and ever. On that great day, God says, I will round up all the hurt and homeless, everyone I have bruised or banished. I will transform the battered into a company of the elite. I will make a strong nation out of the long lost, a showcase exhibit of God's rule in action, as I rule from Mount Zion, from here to eternity. And you stragglers around Jerusalem, eking out a living in shantytowns, the glory that once was will be again. Jerusalem's daughter will be the kingdom center. So why the doomsday hysterics? You still have a king, don't you? But maybe he's not doing his job and you're panicked like a woman in labor. Well, go ahead, twist and scream, daughter Jerusalem. You are like a woman in childbirth. You'll soon be out of the city, on your way and camping in the open country. And then you'll arrive in Babylon. What you lost in Jerusalem will be found in Babylon. God will give you new life again. He'll redeem you from your enemies. But for right now, they're ganged up against you, many godless peoples, saying, kick her when she's down. Violate her. We want to see Zion grovel in the dirt. These blasphemers have no idea what God is thinking and doing in this. They don't know that this is the making of God's people, that they are wheat being threshed, gold being refined. On your feet, daughter of Zion. Be threshed of chaff, be refined of dross. I'm remaking you into a people invincible, into God's juggernaut to crush the godless peoples. You'll bring their plunder as holy offerings to God, their wealth to the master of the earth. The leader who will shepherd rule Israel. But for now, prepare for the worst, victim daughter. The siege is set against us. They humiliate Israel's king, slapping him around like a rag doll. But you, Bethlehem, David's country, the runt of the litter, from you will come the leader who will shepherd rule Israel. He'll be no upstart, no pretender. His family tree is ancient and distinguished. Meanwhile, Israel will be in foster homes until the birth pangs are over and the child is born, and the scattered brothers come back home to the family of Israel. He will stand tall in his shepherd rule by God's strength, centered in the majesty of God revealed. And the people will have a good and safe home, for the whole world will hold him in respect, peacemaker of the world. And if some bullying Assyrian shows up, invades and violates our land, don't worry. We'll put him in his place, send him packing, and watch his every move. Shepherd rule will extend as far as needed, to Assyria and all other Nimrod bullies. Our shepherd ruler will save us from old or new enemies, from anyone who invades or violates our land. The purged and select company of Jacob will be like an island in the sea of peoples. They'll be like dew from God, like summer showers not mentioned in the weather forecast, not subject to calculation or control. Yes, the purged and select company of Jacob will be like an island in the sea of peoples, like the king of beasts among wild beasts, like a young lion loose in a flock of sheep, killing and devouring the lambs and no one able to stop him. With your arms raised in triumph over your foes, your enemies will be no more. The day is coming, God's decree, when there will be no more war. None. I'll slaughter your war horses and demolish your chariots. I'll dismantle military posts and level your fortifications. I'll abolish your religious black markets, your underworld traffic in black magic. I will smash your carved and cast gods and chop down your phallic posts. No more taking control of the world, worshipping what you do or make. I'll root out your sacred sects and power centers and destroy the God-defiant. In raging anger, I'll make a clean sweep of godless nations who haven't listened.